All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to you, sincere, hopeful, elect Akim, that push the word of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, spirit and the truth, the 144,000. Shalom to you. Ma'avrabay a lot. All right, that's to say 144,000 in the Lashawan Kodash. This is a response, or a re to the elder Yashawamba's video that he did dealing with those bug outs. All right, formerly of Sakari, all right, currently with Genesis, Hakah, and Hassad. All right, going into saying that the lake of fire is some river. They're saying it's a lake, but it's actually a river over in the Middle East. All right, in the Holy Land, which they're wrong with that. All right, that's a breakdown from Satan. All right, Satan gave them that breakdown. But a point that I had mentioned to the elder is the scriptures talk about nobody ever inhabiting Babylon the Great again. Okay, so we know that we're gonna repopulate the Holy Land again. All right, we're gonna repopulate the Holy Land. All right, so how is the lake of fire over there in that area if the Israelites we're gonna get our land back and actually dwell in our land? How would that be the lake of fire? Okay, it's not. So I just want to get a couple of precepts to prove the point. Lord willing, this will be edifying. And I believe that the title to the elders video was Basra. It was something with Basra. I can't remember the title exactly. But it dealt with Basra being symbolic of Babylon the Great now. Okay, America is modern day Basra, because Basra was a chief principal city of Esau Edom, and America is the chief city, Babylon the Great, that great city. Okay, so this is Jeremiah 50, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. Verse 39, it says, "Therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the islands shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation." Okay, in the NLT it says, "Soon Babylon will be inhabited by desert animals and hyenas. It will be a home for owls. Never again will people live there. It will be desolate forever." Okay, back in the KJV verse 40, it says, "As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein." All right, so that's that don't need no extravagant breakdown. All right, it means what it says. Babylon is not going to be inhabited ever again after this place is destroyed. Now it's going to be inhabited by these desert creatures and creatures that can sustain themselves in a desert-like climate. But as far as a human that never stepped foot on the soils of Babylon the Great, after it's destroyed. Okay, now this is Revelation 18 and verse 21. It says, "And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city, Babylon, be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all." Okay? So that stone being representing the thermonuclear missiles, all right, the warheads that's going to shoot, be shot off from wherever they're shot off, whatever respective countries, and make their way here to America and destroy this place. Okay? That's what that's going into. Verse 22, it says, and the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Okay, so a lot of music has been accredited to as far as genres of coming out of America. Okay, once this place is destroyed, it will be no more of that. Okay, craftsmen, no work. All right. Verse 23, it says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, and thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Okay? So, this place, Babylon the Great, has used sorcery to deceive these nations. All right? And according to the scriptures, you ain't supposed to suffer a witch to live. All right, now, the Most High has allowed only he who letteth will now let. All right, until it's time for Esau to be taken out the way. And we're approaching that time when Esau is about to be taken out of the way by way of the Most High letting those missiles fly. Okay? Verse 24, it says, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. Okay? So this place is going to be destroyed via thermonuclear missiles, and the things that you recognize America as contributing to the world, music, athletes, entertainment, all that's going to be destroyed, and it will never rear its ugly head ever again. Okay. So let me grab this next precept. I had them queued up, but Satan's being a punk ass motherfucker. Alright. That's how you know Satan's at work. I had the precepts queued up so I can get straight to them, and they're just tweaked out. But it's all good. Alright, so this is Amos 9. Now, once again, according to prophecy, what we just read in Jeremiah 50 and also Revelation 18, this place is going to be destroyed, and it's never going to be inhabited by by man ever again. Okay? And that's clear as day. Now, Amos 9 and 11, it says the restoration of Israel. Now, mind you, the lake of fire is Babylon the Great. Okay? It's the lake of fire. They're trying to say that America is not the lake of fire. All right, that's Genesis, Hakah, and Hassad. They're trying to say that America is not the lake of fire, and the lake of fire is over in the Middle East, somewhere in the Holy Land, or around that area. Now, how can that be so when the scriptures say this? All right, here in Amos 9 and 11. All right, just using a little spiritual extrapolation, you can connect the dots. Okay? So, what we see here is Amos 9 and 11. It says the restoration of Israel. In that day, let me read it in the NLT. It says, in that day I will restore the fallen house of David. I will repair its damaged walls. From the ruins, I will rebuild it and restore its former glory. Okay, so the glory that the Holy Land once had, Jerusalem once had, the land of Israel once had, we're gonna receive that again. Okay? It says and Israel will possess what is left of Edom. Okay? And all the nations I have called to be mine, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has spoken, and he will do these things. Let me read verse 12 in the KJV. That they, all right, talking about Israel, that they may possess the remnant of Edom. Okay, now we know Esau, Edom is going to be destroyed, all right, after 1,000 years. So there will be no Edomites to possess after 1,000 years. Yeah, within that 1,000-year time frame, yes, we will possess them, but they're going to be destroyed. All right, so what's left? Their land. All right, their land is not gonna just be pretty much quarantined, and made into some national museum where, okay, you can, nobody's allowed to step foot there because the Edomites used to live there and it's a memorial. No, we gonna possess the land. All right, the Israelites, all right, in particular Judah, because you got to remember the land of Edom was right under Judah. Okay, so that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh that doeth this. Okay, so we're gonna get back our land, not only our land, but our land's gonna be increased because we're gonna take over the land of Edom. All right, they're gonna be in captivity, it's slavery. Just like how here in America, hey, the natives can say this is their land all they want to, but hey, they ain't in control of it. The Edomites are in control of it. Okay, so just the same way in the kingdom of heaven, even while Esau is serving his slavery, he's not gonna have possession and control of the land of Edom. All right, that's gonna be Judah in particular, you so-called Negroes, that's gonna have control of that land. All right, now looking at this map, you can see here the land of Idumea, which is literally right underneath Judea. All right, Judah's land. All right, now when you go east of the Dead Sea, you have Petra, which is synonymous for Esau, Edom. Okay, the architecture in Petra is reminiscent of what you'll find in every major state capital. As the Apostle Tahar had went into a couple videos ago, couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken, he was talking about how every major capital in America has, the Roman style architecture, Greek style architecture. All right, now that same architecture you'll find in the land of Petra. Okay, so this land is not gonna be destroyed forever and uninhabitable because it's biblically the lake of fire. Hell no, that don't make sense. So if we're gonna get our land back, the Israelites, all right, according to biblical prophecy, we're gonna get our land back. And we just read it in Amos how Judah is gonna possess what's left of Edom, going into the land. And what's left of Edom, or Edom, Idumea, all right, is just south of the land of Israel, or excuse me, just south of Judah's inheritance. All right, now let me grab this here in Obadiah. This is a precept the elder has sent. Obadiah 1:19. This is Obadiah 1:19. It says NLT, it says the people of Israel will be a raging fire, and Edom a field of dry stubble. The descendants of Joseph will be a flame roaring across the field, devouring everything. There will be no survivors in Edom. I, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, have spoken. So every Edomite, according to prophecy, is going to be eradicated from the planet Earth. Okay? Eradicated. It says, verse 19, then my people living in the Negev will occupy the mountains of Edom. All right, now the Negev, all right, is south of south of Judea. Let me actually go to. Okay, here we go. All right, so here you got Judea, all right, the hill country of Judah, Judean Shapala. In the Hebrew, that's how you say it, Shapala, which means valley or lowland. All right, the Palestinian coastal plain, and the wilderness of Judea. Okay, and then right underneath that you got the Negev, which once again that Negev was Idumea. Okay, so that same land underneath Judea, Idumea. Okay, you see that? So the Negev is literally Idumea, or Esau's land. We're gonna take that. All right. So once again, in NLT, Obadiah 1 and 19, then my people living in the Negev, or aka Idumea, will occupy the mountains of Edom. Those living in the foothills of Judah will possess, and we just looked at the foothills of Judah, will possess the Palestine plains and take over the fields of Ephraim and Samaria, and the people of Benjamin will occupy the land of Gilead. Okay? It says the exiles of Israel will return to their land and occupy the Phoenician coast. So if we, being in exile currently, are going to return to the Holy Land and occupy it, how the fuck is the lake of fire in or around the Holy Land? It don't make sense. It don't add up. The math ain't mathing. All right. Then the exiles of Israel will return to their land and occupy the Phoenician coast as far north as Zarephath. Excuse me. It says the captives from Jerusalem exiled in the north will return home and resettle the towns of the Negev, okay, which is in the land of Idumea. Those who have been rescued will go up to Mount Zion in Jerusalem to rule over the mountains of Edom, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua himself will be their king. Okay? So we're actually going to judge Esau, all right, by putting them in captivity and ultimately destroying them after they serve their punishment, after that gruesome, crucial, turbulent, catastrophic judgment, slavery that they gotta suffer. Hey, they're gonna be completely destroyed, man, and we're gonna take over their land. All right. So, those precepts alone prove, Obadiah, Amos 9, all right, Jeremiah 50, Revelation 18. Those precepts prove that the lake of fire is not in the Holy Land, all right, some river in the Holy Land. It's the lake of fire is here in America because the Holy Land is going to be inhabited by the holy people, the Israelites. All right, so according to biblical prophecy, the lake of fire being America is you're not going to have anybody resettle here. Okay, so that means something's wrong. Somebody's lying, and it's not the scriptures. It's not Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's them niggas. Okay, they're wrong. The Holy Land is going to be re-inhabited, or inhabited again, resettled with the Israelites. All right, and America is going to be destroyed in you know, there will never be a foot to touch this soil according to the Holy Scriptures, man, according to prophecy. So, Abba Razazar, that was an edifying lesson. Until next time, shalom.